Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Lad Bro Session. We have a very normal, girl next door type of guests who always, had a childhood dream of having a talk show. And
Why would you mention that?
so why not give this a shot, a chance to shine or maybe burn down through the internet. She's a good friend of mine and co-worker, and she will share her not so extraordinary opinions on traveling and their not so exciting but pwede na love life. So we're also here another transformation later on, but let's get to that later. Let's welcome Camille Rosales.
Hello. I'm just gonna share my insights. Yeah.
I hear you talk about travel a lot, and you go to a lot of places, and I think a lot more than the usual, and maybe even me. And I want to hear your thoughts on the countries you've been to, and what's your top 3 and why.
So I went to Hong Kong, Singapore, Bali, Taiwan, Korea, and then Japan. I've been to Japan parang 4 times. Because my dad works there. Visit him.
So what's your top 3 out of those many very Asian-like countries?
It is puro Asian, no? My top 3 would first be Singapore. This was in 2015. So that's memorable for me because it was my first out of the country with friends. But actually, with Neos and people yon. So, it was memorable kasi parang nung time na yon, halos lahat ng execs ng Neosen. Like, we all just booked to Singapore. As in, halos walang natirang exec.
How did that happen? Like, you just said like, oh, tara, let's go.
Yeah, kasi no, there was a seat sale. And then, there was a seat sale. And then, we were just like, oh, tara, mag-book tayo. And then, naging parang per team yung booking.
Oh.
So, kunwari, okay, yung prime team nun, parang okay, book tayo, ganyan. And then, kanya-kanyang paalam yan to the director or the manager.
Really?
So kanya-kanyang ano yan. So, kay Jem, may Singapore kami.
What did they say? They were like, okay.
Okay lang naman, but he was saying na parang dapat may isang matira, so may alay. And then it was funny kasi si Pedro, he was a newbie coming in. Lahat kami sa Prime, we were all going. So we were like, okay lang yan, may newbie na papasok. Siya yung may iwan.
Thank you.
Sorry and thank you, Pedro.
Thank you, Pido. So, and then after...
So, yun. So, that was fun. It was really, we were like 15, if I'm not mistaken. As in, halos walang natirang exit sa...
Sa
Nielsen.
The second one is...
Japan. I mean, I've been to Japan a lot the past years. But I really love the culture, the place, the discipline. Tapos, parang lahat ng... Parang everything to make their lives convenient. They've already thought of.
I love the trains there. Sobrang to the minute.
Did you see like the bus that they have there?
Not really.
Yung bus nila, like we took this bus once. Tapos pagdating niya sa stop, it's gonna lower. Like as if nag-deflate siya. So that people can get
go on.
Yeah.
Galing.
Like, old people can go on without any difficulty. And then magtataas ulit siya. It's amazing.
Super.
So small things like that, parang you didn't even think of na parang shit, oh nga, that would make my life like 100% convenient. So yun. And then the third one would be Korea. We've talked about
we've talked about this Korea thing, so care to share with your fans what's up with Korea?
No, I love Korea because of it's like Japan but a little more relaxed. You know, like not so strict, ganyan, like discipline pa rin, pero like just in general the atmosphere is so relaxed. And then, you know, the aesthetic.
The aesthetic,
yeah. No, as in I
skincare.
swear, parang, no, not even. As in like everything just looks so pretty and like straight out of, I don't know, like a book.
Teleserye, Korean teleserye.
Pero parang just everything is so quaint.
An Asian Disneyland.
Huh?
Asian cartoon, yeah? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it's just cute. But it's quaint.
It's quaint.
Please Google the meaning of quaint.
Quaint.
Yeah.
Now that we've talked about outside the country, how about inside the country? Because you've told me about the beaches you've been to, and I've I never get tired of you talking about the places you've been to inside. Why are you laughing? And then,
Yeah.
so you've been through all the beaches all over the Philippines. What's your favorite, and how would you differentiate each beach? Is there like in marketing, may differentiation, mas
Yeah.
may branding?
Pwede naman.
Sorry, I tried.
No,
I tried.
I'm a super beach baby kasi. Kaya ako mahilig sa beach.
Anong beach baby?
As in like, ever since I was a kid, kasi ang province namin Mindoro. So every summer we go there, tapos yung grandparents' house ko,
Beach talaga.
It's like 10 to 15 minutes away from the beach. So I was really, raised going to the beach every year, ganyan. So I think that's why I'm super wanted. Just that I've been to, I went to El Nido, Camille. Batangas is obviously. La Union, Boracay. I went to Pangasinan also. And then recently, I came from Siargao. Kunwari, there are beaches na I went to with family or beaches na sobrang I'm always there. So kunwari, with Batangas, with Mindoro, I'm always there because my dad also loves going to the beach. So I feel like it depends kasi on what you're doing on the beach. And
Wait.
like that
Okay.
differentiates it for me. Like the gets ba, the experience. So
Yeah, what are you gonna do with the in the beach?
No. It recent kong Camigin was with friends. So kunwari, with El Nido and Camigin, it's a little more parang explore ka, dami activities, ang
okay. I'm getting what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's with
the
friends
nature.
kasi. Yeah, so it's the nature versus like the others, like La Union or Mindoro, ganyan na.
Relax lang, family time.
Relax
wind
lang.
down.
Yeah, exactly. So much ganon. And then
Yeah, you've mentioned Siargao recently. How was that?
Siargao
Where does
was
that
so
rank
great.
in the...
No, I love Siargao. I love it more than El Nido actually.
Why?
Surprisingly. It was surprisingly super like amazing talaga.
But then you didn't think it was gonna be that amazing.
I didn't expect. Kasi parang what I know of Siargao, it's only surfing. It's only...
It's
surfing. And then there was like, they were saying na parang, mag-island hopping ka. So, as with like any normal island hopping.
Yeah, the usual.
Yeah, exactly. The usual talaga. Because it's more the landscape kasi in Siargao. So, but it was surprisingly super, super great. And the people are so nice.
Yeah, you were mentioning that the vibe of Siargao is different. We were talking about that.
No, I was saying kasi na the vibe of Siargao is very different to other, let's say to Palawan, to other like more touristy places. Kasi Siargao, it doesn't seem commercialized. Like unlike pumunta ka sa Palawan or whatever. Pero sa Siargao, it's really more like community cafes, like small restaurants, So it's more like
still
home.
So what's your tip out there? Para naman may mapulot sila sa mga mo.
mga
What's your tips
kwento.
for preparing the itinerary?
Number one is plan in advance. A lot of my trips, admittedly, naman.
Well, that was...
No.
So, plan advance, if possible.
Although admittedly, a lot of my trips are spontaneous. Like yung Taiwan, as in, I went to work lang. I remember this day so clearly. I went to work, I was late for a meeting with Don. And then, hindi pa ako nakakapagbaba ng bag. And then, Ina just goes, uy, may seat sale sa Taiwan, like 3K lang. Magbubook ako. And I'm like, book mo rin ako. Basta ganun lang siya. And the Siargao was also super spontaneous.
Okay.
I just texted my friend, Ja. And then I was just like, Ja, you wanna go to Siargao? Ito yung ticket, ito yung date. Are you free? And then she just replied, G. And then I immediately booked. But what I mean is plan in advance after you book the tickets.
After you book the tickets.
Yeah, I'm not good with seat sales. So parang not the person to ask, like, anong discard pag seat sale. But after, I'm okay na.
So what's the plan in advance in this whole conversation right here?
No, so the plan in advance is more like, so after you're sure na you're going to a country, syempre you plan like if you need visas, let's say for Taiwan or for Korea, for Japan. If you need visas, if you need any other like travel documents,
Gets. So guys, plan in advance, less the tickets.
after you booked the ticket. On video na parang we were talking about transpo around Taiwan, diba? So, there could be trains, ganyan. And then, I remember, it's dun sa video, parang Tasha was saying, ay, shit, mabus to. Mabus. Hindi siya matrain. And we were like prepping for like a train. She's like, mabus to, mabus. And then suddenly, she just puts down her phone and just parang yung face lang niya, parang nag-give up lang. Just, mabus to. And then I have it on video. So, ayun, wala lang. So, see, you have to know what you're getting into, diba? So, yun.
So, what else?
Travel practically. I'm not the best person for this. We're going to Taiwan, parang nag-beach naman ako. So,
how was that?
Okay naman, so yeah. No regrets. Fueled pa. And then, the year after naman, it happened again. So I don't know why it keeps happening. Pero parang it happened again na.
So, basically your tips are what they should do.
What I should be doing.
But you're not doing.
But I'm not doing. So, yeah, so the year after.
Starting to wonder what's the
point?
What's the point of this?
Wala.
Okay, so
just
if you can.
Learn from my mistakes.
Okay, that's a good way of saving
This isn't like a forward advice sort of thing. It's like this is what happened and what should you do.
Again.
I did it again. I had a comedian trip, and then literally I land back from comedian. I think Tuesday. Not land, but like back to Manila.
Sige, go.
Sa local naman. Monday or Tuesday. Basta. And then the next day, I flew out to Korea.
Okay, and then how was that? It was fun.
It was medyo ngarag. Like I remember having 2 like suitcases ready. So parang literally umuwi ako, I just switched out and then okay, bye. This one's for Korea, bye. So medyo ngarag pagod. So that's why I say space out your travels. As much as you can. Try to space it out. More na lang that I listed. This is important. Check your budget. Kasi if hindi mo kaya, huwag mo i-push. But since the trend is all about like my mistakes, so pag hindi mo kaya, pag-ipunan mo na lang. That's what I did.
So, what? So,
plan in advance. Save up. So the theme for this whole podcast kasi is like what I learned from my mistakes. It's not really tips or advice.
She's just talking to herself in the past. I'm just here, just watching over
her. You're like,
don't rush what? Don't rush.
Don't rush your travels. Kasi, being millennial.
I can't take this anymore. Someone turn this shit.
Don't rush. Being millennials and then, don't do what I did.
So basically, you rush.
That is our hashtag, the theme of the day. Don't do what I did. So, yeah. No, you can plan it out.
Yeah, just let me know when you're done, girl. Let me know.
Yun lang, that's it.
So, guys, in summary of that segment, she just gave us a bunch of good tips that she did not follow. You can learn from her mistakes, but if you do make mistakes, you've got someone to share it with, and that's what's important.
And no regrets.
So if you do make a mistake, don't regret it and learn from it, and then you can talk to her.
Yeah, talk to me.
So now let's finish that part because I am so done with that part. One of the most interesting parts of this conversation is you talking about your post-breakup being the most transformative time of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And could you tell us more about this? Because you keep mentioning that after the breakup, this has been like, this is my time to be a better human being.
Yeah. No, so very briefly, I went through a breakup.
You don't have to look at me. Look at the camera.
No, I don't want to look kasi sensitive. No, so I went through a breakup 2 years ago and I really didn't know myself.
Sorry, why am I laughing?
What? No,
Sorry, laughing. I still can't get over the last part. Okay, so...
Yeah. So, yun, basically, I really wanted to focus on myself. Like, after the whole breakup, parang do what you want to do, explore, travel. As in, there's a freedom that comes with it. So parang nagpakawala lang
So
ako basically.
nagpakawala ka. In a direction that to be better, nagpakawala ka in.
No, actually, no una.
When you say pagkawala
lang. Nakawala lang. And then
So,
the better came, after.
So take us through this. So napagkawala mo, ano ba yung... It's up to you if you want to talk about the pakawala or the better moments.
I mean, diba, you know what they say, it has to get worse before it gets better. So let's just say I got worse and then I got better.
Okay, so let's go to the better part.
Yeah.
Or do you want to mention the worst part? The usual lang.
Basta people, my friends, office mates, they know the worst part.
So let's get into the most interesting part of this conversation. Because you mentioned to me that the post-breakup after your long-term relationship is the most transformative time of your life. So could you tell us more about that? Like what happened? Or not what happened with the past, but then how it made you better?
So brief background. I went through a breakup 2 years ago. And then, so basically, it made me realize that I didn't know myself at all. Not naman at all, but like, there was a lot of things that I was not aware of about myself. So, I decided, after the breakup, to just focus on myself. Because there's a freedom that comes with, a breakup, basically. So, I just decided to focus on myself. Parang as in, do what you want. Go wherever you want to go with whomever. So that's why I super got into traveling. Kasi kahit sinong mag-iya sa akin, go lang.
Go lang.
Go lang ng go.
Got more into other boxing stuff, sports, right?
Yeah. No,
like you tried. Can you tell us about the things you tried even though you didn't really... You went into...
Yeah, I tried alcohol. Got into it. Hot joke. But it's really, the post-breakup thing kasi, the whole parang journey has just been more of a sort of self-awareness thing more than like external hobbies or factors.
So what are you aware of?
It's more internal.
What are you aware of now than before? Or wala lang,
And
aware ka lang?
No, I guess ko lang. It's, parang, I just know, kunwari, what I want in a person, kunwari, or what I don't like when it comes to people, or kunwari, in situations like this is how I tend to react. So I was reading an article ngayon, like being emotionally intelligent or something, which is basically knowing how you react and knowing your emotions, and then not letting your emotions like super dictate your actions because you know why you're feeling that way and so you know how to react versus yung parang you're feeling this way tapos nag-react ka lang.
Yes,
so parang there's that sort of level at it.
So after this self-development stuff, I mean, assuming we're done talking about it, because I think you've summed it up well naman.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, pero I used to think kasi the whole like better, like super quickly lang. But I used to think like the whole better was like self-love. Kasi diba that's what they say,
so
like
cheesy.
Cliche bullshit after after the breakup, like self-love and whatnot, ganyan. Which I went for naman. I did. Like I learned to accept myself.
So,
it's been great.
So the big question is now, how ready are you with dating, and how are you going about this lately? Are you ready na ba, or para malaman nila, di ba?
My mom's watching. Please stop na. at this point, cut. No, I am. Okay, so the thing is, and I told you this before, and I always tell people na, and I'm not judging or anything. People know me. I'm like the least likely person to judge anyone. But I have friends naman who went through a breakup and they dated kaagad, ganyan. Which I think a lot of people would usually do. Ako kasi, I really closed myself off after the breakup. For like a good minute. I was just like, nope.
For a good fucking minute.
Yeah, for a good minute, like a long minute. I was just like, okay, no commitments, no anything. Like I was really closed off, no dating, ganyan. Because I wanted to focus on myself. And then now, so now I'm open.
Okay. You talk about the game. You talk about
Yeah.
the going back into dating. So what's
harder
your opinion
and
on
easier with, I think with our time now, it's harder and easier, especially with social media. Kasi it's easier kasi you're more accessible to people. Like, you know, there are a lot of dating apps. So,
guys, hanapin nyo na.
Find me. No, so there's a lot of dating apps that was social media that's you parang just, you know, whatever, slide into the DMs or reply to a snap or a story. So very accessible, but at the same time, I don't know, I find it hard because of parang the whole like social media aspect of it, I think, allows you to play the game. You know, yung konting paramdam ka, pa-like or whatever, pa-comment, mga ganun. Parang it just allows like a little passive-aggressive sort of no judgment to people who play the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's always part.
I also do din naman. So, if you're into that kind of fun, go for it. Why not? No, because I know people din naman that they're just like straight up, like,
yeah, but you talked about sometimes what are you at right now? Are you like, play the game or chill?
It depends on my mood.
So guys, watch out.
Depends on my mood. So sometimes I like to play the game. Sometimes I like to just be very direct. Like, I was gonna say something that I won't.
Sige, wag na.
No, but yeah.
So since we've gotten to that, you know, yung mga fans mo mas maging interesado since we're here na rin with Love Life, libreng advertising na rin. So, marketing to sa'yo. So, what's your love languages? And then what do you like about guys? Or, bahala ka. How do you wanna approach your profiling?
Yung sa love language, it's super interesting kasi when I was in a relationship, my top love language was physical touch, which I am. I'm super parang touchy, I'm clingy. Not just to, you know, significant people, but like in general, I'm very touchy. I like to hug people, ganyan. And then the next is quality time. So that's always been like the top two. And then after I broke up, nag-switch siya. Naging quality time yung number 1 because I took the test again. So naging quality time yung number 1 and then physical touch yung number 2. So
Meron sila.
Relationship deal breakers. I don't know yet about the relationship.
Hindi relationship date. Parang worthy siya of being dated. Gano'n.
Definitely can hold a conversation. Kasi there's some people na parang attractive pero parang medyo boring. So parang aanin mo yung looks mo. No, I'm serious.
Yeah. Kasi you aren't.
So someone that, you know, that can hold a conversation, I feel like. Because that's when you also know if you click. If you have, you know, chemistry, if you have, you know, stuff to talk about and there's no dead air. For me, that's one of the biggest parang plus points or like qualities in a guy na I look at. Yeah. So good, good conversation. But I once read, and this was like trending, I think, on Facebook recently, na parang just because you had a good conversation doesn't mean you have a connection.
Before we finish.
Gusto ko yung isa lang yung standard ko.
Oo nga eh. Hindi ka na nag-expound eh. May chance ka pa. Pwede mo pa ituloy kasi.
Ano ba? Humor. But you know, people say na parang he has to have like a sense of humor or what. Pero kasi the humor part, kailangan match kayo ng humor. You can't just say na basta may humor siya.
Totoo. So guys, get to know yourself first.
Yeah.
Hindi kayo papasa.
Adjust accordingly.
Because sabi mo. So before we end this conversation, we end this wonderful episode. Do you have any last how about I don't know what you want to say about love life or hindi ka namin alam. Kakong labo, hindi namin alam.
No,
you're a big romantic, so gusto mo ng gitara? Gusto mo ng arana?
Hindi naman. No, I really appreciate yung mga gestures. Parang
oh my God. Guys, take notes.
Very cliche answer, no? Pero, yeah, I'm a big romantic. So, I love, like, all of the parang sweet stuff and whatever. Cheesy stuff.
So, if you're gonna try and go for Camz, you have to get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Have to hold a conversation.
Yeah.
and then, think like a romantic. Pero in essence, plan in advance.
Don't make the same mistakes I did. And yun nga, don't forget to respect.
And with that, we end our conversation. Thank you guys for listening. Camille Rosales, signing off. And
0917.
we'll plug her account somewhere there. Okay lang ba? Kung ayaw mo.
Yeah, okay lang. Go
IG
why
lang.
not?
IG lang. Kasi minsan,
IG lang.
she takes days off on social media. So
I do. I'm on a social media break.
sometimes. And with that, we out. Snap.